Las Vegas clearance, Excel 878, IFR to John Wayne.
Excel 878 Las Vegas clearance, clear to John Wayne Airport. McCarran 4 departure, Hector transition, but as filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 125.02, squawk 2273.
Clear the John Wayne Airport, McCarran 4, Hector transition that is filed. Climb via the SID. Departure 125.02, squawk 2273, Excel 878.
Excel 878, feedback correct. Expect runway 1 at a left.
878, thanks. 2273. 2345. Alright, so looking at the SID, you guys can't see what I'm looking at here, but the top altitude is going to be 7,000 feet. 7,000 feet right there. From 19er left, departure is going to be 190 from Vegas. And then we fly that to 3 DME, then a right turn to 220. So we're going to put 220 in the heading, and we'll leave 190 in the course. Tracking the Vegas VOR 116.9er. Great. After that's going to be the Boulder City VOR 116.7. We've already got that tuned in there, or we've already got that in standby, ready to go. So the nav radio is set, comm radio. Ground is going to be 120 or 121.1. 121.1. And put you on 2345. Right there. And then the tower frequency is going to be 118.75. 118.75. We have a scheduled departure time at 15:51. I'm not going to be able to kill 20 minutes just sitting here. We'll get going here in a few minutes. PilotEdge is good shit. Welcome to PilotEdge, Simply Bacon. You can't have Oscar. Mr. Ronane! Good to see you, Sean. Definitely has been a while since we've heard her. Alright, Kill Bill 2, we're going to take off here. We're going to push back here in just a couple of minutes. I'm collecting my thoughts, mentally going over the flight in my head, reading the lovely chat here, and, yeah. Peter's going to be controlling everything above tower. At least that's what he was controlling. I don't know if it's still going to be the case. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and push now. Normally I would sit here and wait because there might be other people flying. I don't think anybody else has booked a flight. Yeah, nobody else has booked a flight, so it's just us. So we'll push a little early. Actually, we'll load the plane up. Weight and balance manager. Be nice and light this time. Alright. Set that, and trip distance. It's going to be 232 miles. 232, so we'll put that at 300. Weight and balance is set. Bring our pushback up here. Inside, overhead panel. Ground call. Now we can actually show you what the pushback stuff looks like. Show me the ghost. Push that to the right. And we'll actually turn that out a little bit so that we're not pointing our ass in straight at another plane. All right. So that's set. We'll get rid of the ghost because we don't need the ghost. And get rid of you. All right. Let's go push. Release the parking brake. We'll go ahead and turn off the 2 packs. Pack 2 is already off. Pack number 1 comes off. APU bleed is still on. Looking, make sure we have plenty of PSIs, and we do. So we can go ahead and start the pushback, ground, haul, auto. Move that over there. And then we'll go ahead and start engine number 2. Keeping an eye on the N2. N2's coming up. We're looking for that to reach 20 to 25% before we give it some fuel. I need to find the actual number that we're supposed to wait for. Iced! I didn't see you come in here, Iced. Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. There's a Warthog on sale. You got to send a link to that, dude. Alright. Close the pushback there. As soon as that pushback's done, we'll engage the parking brake and start engine number 1. There we go. Parking brake comes on. Engine number 1 comes on. N2's looking good. Showing me $400 Ice. I think that's the normal price. 7.3 is 25% N2 if you wait. Do that for the 732 as well. Okay. It usually takes a while to get to 25%. I usually get impatient. Exhaust temp coming up, staying in the green. In 1. Oil pressure, or oil temp I should say. Oil pressure. As soon as that light is extinguished, you know the plane's on, or the engine's on. There we go. Back to the overhead panel, going up to 24,000 feet. Flight mode, good there. Down to about 100 feet. Gen 1 comes on, Gen 2 comes on. Fastest seatbelt sign should have already been on. Pitot static, come on. Over to the pressurization panel. 1 bleed, 2 bleeds. No bleed, you bleed. We all bleed. I bleed. Both the packs can come on, APU can come off now, runway turn off, taxi lights, and anti-collision light can be on. Overhead panel looks good, forward bottom-ish panel here looks good. Turn the transponder on. 3 notches on the flaps. E-card. V1 126, V-rotate 127, V2 131, climbing out at about 145 or so knots. And full left looks good, full right, full back, full forward, right, left, trim set for takeoff. Exercise the speed brakes, why the hell not? Let's get out of here. Thank you, Simply Bacon. At CRJ, it's 20% N2 with increasing N1. Once this plane hits 20% N2, it starts climbing extremely slow. Vegas ground, Excel 878, spot 5 with the weather.
Bakersfield Tower, Skyhawk 172 Sierra Papa, right downwind midfield for full stop landing, runway 30 right.
Is there another shift change, or is she having connection problems? Odin! Odin, buddy, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Happy Monday. I think our controller is having issues again. 791 Juliet, as always. Vegas ground, Excel 878. Well, I heard somebody else talking, so I know it's not me. So we'll just stand here and give it a second. I know that Geneva has had connection issues in the past. Just kind of a bummer. If we sit here awkwardly enough, though, maybe something will happen. I'd actually, you know what, Sean, that'd be interesting to know which ratings are failed the most. I'm going to say the V3 is probably up there, but I've also heard a number of people fail the V2, so... I mean, the V1 is like dead simple. There's not much to it.
John Wayne Tower, November 128 Sierra is left midfield downwind, inbound for full stop landing.
We're just chilling, waiting for a controller.
Bakersfield Tower, Skyhawk 172 Sierra Papa, downwind for full stop landing, runway 30 right.
We're just chilling, waiting for a controller. At some point, we should hear a controller. How about that plane, though? I like it. I like the update. I'm happy with it. It's cool that he's doing it. It's going to be a free update. And hopefully, yeah, hope we get some more people flying in this thing again. This has always been my favorite plane. You guys probably have seen me fly the A320 a lot. I fly it because it's a lower stress plane for me. But nothing beats the FlyJSim here. I put a lot of time in this thing.
Tower, number 128 just turned final for 20 left. Landing, full stop landing.
Yeah, dude may have to do lost comms. Yeah, dude, the 727 update I'm also super jazzed for. I barely put any time in that thing since this plane came out, and it'll be fun to get back into it. I think that I think our controllers disappeared. Either that or the voice server's having issues. Vegas ground, Excel 878. All right, let's do this. Plan B. 2502. Q400 update would be awesome. Beach Jujube, welcome aboard. Good to see you.
Right here, 347, contact Los Angeles Center, 133.55.
Alright, let's try this again. Heard him talk, that's good. Las Vegas ground, XLA 78.
John Wayne Tower, number 128 Sierra is clear of runway 20 left. Holding short at uniform.
Why am I not hearing any controllers? Las Vegas approach, radio check.
Looks like 878, loud and clear.
Vegas approach, XL 878. I think the ground tower controller might be having some issues. I'm not getting any responses down here.
Alright, Sim.
Lindbergh, please.
American 211 Las Vegas clears clearance to San
All right.
Diego Lindbergh Airport, Boat 6 departure, requesting 29 Palms transition, then as filed. Climb via SID, departure frequency 125.02.
Now we get to do it again. Mr. Golster! Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. All the cool kids are coming back tonight.
Departure 29 Palms transition, then as filed. Climb via the SID, departure
Jack got them all warmed up this afternoon.
631 American 211.
American 211 made back correct.
Vegas ground, XL 878, spot 5 with the weather ready for taxi.
Flight 78, Las Vegas grounds, reported by night on left, taxi via Charlie Golf Delta.
1 letter left, Charlie Golf Delta, XL 878. Charlie Golf Delta. 1 letter left. Okay, here we go. Let's make sure we got everything now. Flaps are good. We did the control checks. Okay, configured for taxi. Yep, good, 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 good. Shit happens. Probably some connection issues. I'm not really sure what happened there, but if that ever happens to you where you're not hearing a controller and you think you should be hearing a controller, listen for other pilots, because that tells you if the voice server is working. Switch to the approach, switch to an approach frequency. If you're on the ground, switch to the approach frequency and listen for a few minutes. See if you hear anybody talking there. That'll help you to isolate whether it's your problem or not. And if you still keep hailing ground tower or whatever and you don't get a response like we had there, go tell the approach controller that something's going on, and they'll be able to jump in and take a look. It has been a night of technical gremlins, though. Yes, it has. Heli pilot! Yeah, dude. American 211. What the fuck what's his name? Robert McDonald, dude. He's definitely got the radio voice going. He's come onto the Excel team speak a number of times and just kind of shot the breeze with this, and I could listen to that dude talk for hours. Definitely a good time. But yeah, today's been quite the day of technical gremlins. Like the beta version of the plane is behaving especially fine, really. It's been OBS causing problems. It's been PilotEdge having some issues. It's been XSplit trying to stream with that and having it whatever, dude. We're here. We're going. We're cruising. What has been added? Well, we went over a little bit of it. I'll let I don't know. Some of the guys can talk about it. There's a bunch of new sounds that have been added. There's a 3D Siva that's been added. There's a bunch of stuff on the overhead panel. There's a new pushback module that's been added. It's a really solid update.
Santa Barbara.
I haven't gotten a lot of time to fly around with it yet, but what little time I have has been very positive. So they took a good plane and they made it better. Absolutely, Degulster. That's totally fine. The big update has been, at least for me, the big update has been sounds. Button clicks have different sounds.
West Wings 817, San Luis grounds.
There's a lot of unique sounds through the overhead panel, through the cockpit and whatnot.
And Las Vegas ground.
There's a nice low rumble coming from the speed brakes when you use them in the air. And there's also a big pig squealing sound when you hit at the ground and they extend, which is pretty cool. But overall, I think it's a really, really good update,
Hello
and
there.
I'm super
Charlie
happy.
Golf Delta for 1 minute left for American 211. Nice to see you.
211's behind us. Where's he going anyway?
Nice to meet you.
He's going to San Diego. See an Excel, Perry Dawson, another Delta flight, or another flight coming out of the Excel gates. Did a reinstall X-Plane go through my X-Plane over purchase history about multiple comps of FlyJSim? Might have sounded a couple.
Radar vectors Morro Bay, then as filed.
There you go, Goose.
Climb maintain 5,000, expect 9,000.
Yeah, yeah, American 211 has done a few videos. He's got a, does he have a big sim? I think he's got a big sim. I think he's got a pretty good setup going. I know that he was doing some of the V ratings in his 737, and was having some. It was interesting. He did the V1 and V2. I'm not. He couldn't have done the V3.
So 1280 taxi to parking via.
Yeah, okay. He does have the home cockpit then.
Taxiing to parking via Alpha, and this frequency 1280.
Yeah, definitely a bit more of a radio voice than me. Maybe one of these days, When I grow old and haggard.
877 lowest ground. Did you
Not
copy your
implying
coordinates?
that Robert's old and haggard, but
We copied a little bit of you broke out after 5,000, but I believe it was clear to
0-21-21. X-Plane Convert here. What do I use for weather? I use everything stock.
I'm guessing 5 and didn't get the squawk for the departure.
I have a lot of custom scenery. Like this is the only payware scenery that I run. I run a lot of freeware scenery, and as far as the weather goes, everything is stock. I don't use custom cloud textures. I don't use SkyMax. I don't use Terra Haze. I just go with what came with it. Your cat's 8 today. Okay.
Go ahead.
You can do the 3-3 in the jet, you just can't do the mini route. Oh, okay.
But is west wing what they usually say over the radio because it's easier to say?
Inflated FJS sales is all a sham. I know.
17, that was just a slip of the tongue. Sorry about that. And as far as I know, I'm not really authority on that.
Thanks.
Thanks for the correction.
I like it your way.
Alright. Is this Glitter Gulch payware? Professor Jedi, welcome aboard. This is Glitter Gulch payware. It's a good looking scenery. Like, it's... by X-Plane standards, it's quite nice. By FSX standards, it's obviously lacking, but you kind of work with what you have.
Tower very broken. I understood you're on the ILS, but I did not get the call sign. Say again.
Yeah, John Wayne Tower, number 428 Romeo Hotel, ILS, right, we're about 7 mile final now.
Wait, 428 Romeo Hotel, John Wayne Tower, with 180 at 10, runway 20 right, clear to land.
I can make it oink.
Clear land, 20 right, myself.
Hey Norbert, good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard. Alright, over to Tower 18.75, 125.02. Push you down. That's good, that's good. Strobes come on. Continuous ignition. Vegas Tower, XL 878, holding short, 1 enter left.
XL 878, Las Vegas Tower, wind 16013, guts 18, runway 1 enter left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff from me, 1 enter left, XL 878, 16013, with gusts. Oh, another bit of crosswind action going on here. According to X-Plane, I have a bit of a tailwind. That's not cool. Alright, let's get out of here. On departure, 190 to 3 DME, right turn 220 up to 7,000 feet. Engines are stable. Takeoff power. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. Thank you, Joe. Positive rate. Gear up. I'm out at about 150 knots.
St. Louis ground, west wing 817 on the north side with the weather.
Wings west 817, runway 29, taxi via Alpha. You did it this time.
29 via Alpha, west wing 817.
So is it west wings, wings west?
I'm calling it west wing, if you're okay with it.
Alright, 4,000
I'm good
feet.
with that.
We'll drop the nose a little bit here. Pull the power back to 92%. 92-ish.
XLA
Start to accelerate.
Contact departure.
Over to departure, XLA 78. Take care. Alright, that 83 turn's going to come up here in just a moment. As soon as it does, right there, we'll turn the autopilot on. Continue accelerating, turning to a heading of 220. Las Vegas approach, Excel 878, 4600, McCarran 4.
Pilot 78, Las Vegas departure, radar contact, fly heading 180, climb and maintain flight level 190, join the McCarran 4 departure.
180 up to 190, join McCarran 4 departure, Excel 878. Alright. Go to clean, continue accelerating. McCarran 4 departure is going to be 116.7 Boulder VOR, and we're looking for the 213 radial. Bring ourselves up to 250. We'll just keep on accelerating. Bring the nose down just a touch here. A little more acceleration. You can come off, you can come off, you can come off, so can you and you. If you were the checklist type, this is about the time that you would do an after takeoff checklist. Instead of after takeoff checklist, we're going to look at this pretty departure. And then come back in and push the speed bug. And then go back out and watch the plane. Wing flex. We're a little lighter this time around, too. The cute controller's a dude named Peter. I like it, DeGolster. Peter's sitting here in chat. You guys kill me. Alright, so we're watching for movement on this needle. We're also watching for our climb, I should say. Not for our climb, but we are watching our climb happen. There's 259. Oh, we're already on IAS mode. That's why we're at 250. We'll go off of IAS mode. Bring ourselves to 290. And then we'll drop the nose. Let ourselves accelerate here. Lights can come off. Most important part of all flight simming is to make sure that you turn your lights off when you're at 10,000 feet and turn them back on when you cross 10,000 feet. People flying the NGX, that's basically the only interaction they have with the plane for hours at a time. Not that I'm judging. Twitch is Illuminati. Did anybody get that chat message? Oh, you mean down at the very bottom. Yeah, Twitch has been doing that for a while. Alright, here's 290. Go to IAS. Starting to see movement on the needle. Go to VOR mode. After we intercept this, the next up is going to be Hector at 112.7. 2.7. That's not going to be for a while. We'll tune in 112.7 over here just to see when we get it.
Oh,
we already have it. Great.
Maintain 8,000 palm.
So we're going to make the transition here. Once we make the turn, we'll make the transition to the Hector VOR at 83 miles DME from Boulder City, or 23 miles DME from Hector, or whenever we happen to lose the Boulder City VOR. Good save. I don't know. Oh, I assume you're talking about the lights. Yeah, we almost made it. We almost made it to 10,100 feet without turning the lights off. Travesty. Plane's smiling at us. I have to give credit though. That was I think that was HeliPilot's comment about the lights, and I stole it. So thank you, HeliPilot7, for that last joke. You're a real gentleman and a scholar. And you and I got to do some flying or gaming, Chris. I haven't talked to you in like a month and a half. Landing Light Simulator 2000. It's almost as good as Map Light Simulator. We turn the map light on, we turn the map light up, we turn the map light around, and we shake it all about. Yeah. We'll just leave the map light on for the rest of the flight. How's that? I had these big extravagant plans when this plane first came out that I was gonna fire this stream up. I was gonna go through the whole starting startup procedure of the plane. I was gonna wiggle the map light around for a little bit, shut the plane off, and then quick kill the stream. But I never did get a chance to do it. Because then everybody started talking about the map light, and it wasn't as funny anymore. But slash hipster. Ladies.
Las Vegas departure, American 211 climbing through 6900, boat 6.
American 211, Las Vegas departure, radar contact.
Alright. So we're just cruising for now. This arrival in the John Wayne, the KO5, is actually pretty interesting. One of the VORs that we'll be tracking does not have a DME on it.
Westwind 817, Santa Barbara departure, radar contact, climb and maintain.
So we need to track a couple of different VORs so we can tell when we're getting to it, so we don't shoot too far past it. All right, 18,000 feet. Go to standard, and we're coming up on 190, so I should get a frequency change. Hint, hint.
Westwind 817, clear direct, Morro Bay VOR. Resume on navigation, 8,000 will be your final today.
CRJ 200 climb checklist. Submitters 2990, set, lights off, checklist complete. I like it.
XL 878, contact Los Angeles Center 126.35.
2635, XL 878. Alright, we've leveled off. We'll let it continue speeding up though so we can get some more altitude here. Los Angeles Center, XL 878, flight level 190.
XL 878, Los Angeles Center, climb maintain, file 230.
Flight level 230, XL 878. Back to IIS mode. Plane will nose itself up pretty good here as it tries to get to 230 and 290 knots. Nick F08, welcome aboard. And I did forget the landing gear. I always forget the damn landing gear. That thing kills me. Chevy's supposed to tell me about the landing gear. Most simmers care about the lights. He cares about the gear handle. And turn the lights off at 8180. Okay. I've heard that a few airlines, their procedures have them go off at 180. I don't know what the policy is here on Excel Airways.
XL 878, contact Los Angeles Center 133.55.
133.55, XL 878. Los Angeles Center, XL 878, flight level 216 for 230.
XL 878, Los Angeles Center, climb maintain, file 240.
Flight level 240, XL 878. Alright. Okay, so we gotta make a changeover pretty soon. 8323, so we got a little bit of time to go yet. Chevy is busy with his new cooking toy. What did he get? What kind of new toy did he get? Galley power. I don't think this plane has a galley power light. That's the 727. Oh, it does. Oh, yeah, it does. Is the galley power? Oh, the galley power probably is supposed to come on. Does that affect anything? I don't think that switch does anything up here. Whatever. The galley doesn't need any power. Alright, 1,000 to go.
Maintain 347, contact SoCal approach 134.
Oh, you got a sous vide? Get ready, get Chevy. Chevy is going to be...
Contact Los Angeles Center 126.35.
Chevy is going to be the master of gray meat from here until eternity. All meat shall be perfectly cooked with no color.
American 211 Los Angeles Center, climate file 230.
One of these days I'll fly on my own.
Altimeter 2987, expect the visual approach on May 15.
One of these days I'll remember the gear handle too. I'm pretty sure like when I fly by myself, I never put the gear handle up or down. It's like the toilet seat. It's just forever in perpetuity stays up. Because what does it matter to me? Got a torch to steer it. Okay. 240. Bring the power back to about 85%. We'll see where that takes us. We're looking to accelerate to about Mach 72.74. We're not going to be chilling out at this. We're not going to be chilling out at this altitude very long. So we can expect to get Donna at 3,000.
133.55.
If that's the case, we're pretty much going to start down right after Hector.
Los Angeles, American 211, climbing through flight level 215 for flight level 230.
American 211 Los Angeles Center, climb maintain level 340.
Sous vide is a crock pot for rednecks. Supposedly the meat's really good and really tender. That's what I hear. I don't really know anything about it though. .78, we got just a few miles to go till we make the transition. 4 more miles. We'll move over to the 032 radial of Hector. 032 inbound radial to Hector. 032 radial inbound to Hector. There we go. Don't mind me. Whew. Apparently it's nap time. It's gonna be ice cream time as soon as we're done with this flight. There we go. Change.
347, descend and maintain
2.7 and that over 1. Plane's gonna turn, get ourselves on the new course. Or not the new course, get ourselves lined up with that particular VOR. Something about magnetic declination and other stuff. Green egg a few years ago, haven't looked back, turned into a real smoker snob. Unlike, hey Stan, good to see you, man. Unlike the crock pots, it's sealed, no zooches leak out, no dry the meat up. I thought about getting my wife a sous vide. I may still do that one of these days. We just got a grill though for like we've just started grilling here at the house, so baby steps. Granted, she's like a trained cook, but baby steps. We have enough toys at the house for the time being. So if you guys are just joining us, we're flying the 732 twin jet. We're flying in the new beta the new beta version here. We got some new bells and whistles, some new panels, some new things to play with, some new sounds too. All the buttons have sounds now. Have their own sounds, or yeah, the buttons all have sounds. And the APU has a sound, and there's new panels in the overhead panel, and there's a new pushback module. Oh, you know what? It won't let us call ground when we're in the air. So it is smart enough to know that. Somebody had asked earlier if we can make the ghost show up when we're in the air. Bummer. Well, it got SUVs to Peter had a grill. Can't stand the taste of pan or oven cooked meat. Fair enough, man. My George Foreman grill, like my George Foreman grill, is amazing. I've had that thing for years, and I cook everything on it. Love my George.
Excel 878 contact Los Angeles Center 126.35.
126.35 Excel 878. Los Angeles Center XL 878, flight level 240.
Excel 878 Los Angeles Center cross Donna and maintain 13,000 Las Vegas per person. Ontario altimeter 288.
Donna at maintain 13,000 and 88 on the altimeter XL 878. Alright, 13,000 at Donna. So we're at 24,000 feet. We need to go down to 13,000 feet. That means we have to go down 11,000. To get down 11,000 feet, it's going to be 33 miles approximately. Instead of doing 33 miles, we're going to do, let's say, 40. Give ourselves a little bit extra. So Donna is 45 miles from Hector. That means 5 miles past Hector, which we're almost to right now, or which we're almost to. We will go ahead and start down. So we just crossed the Hector VOR. And we're about ready to make our descent down to 11,000 feet. Or 13,000 feet, sorry. Go ahead and pull the power back. We'll descend at 290 knots. Down we go.
Within 817, if I don't have the Santa Barbara weather and safe approach. 817,
I keep reading Crockpot.
You can have the 15
I keep reading Crockpot and reading it as cockpit. It's really throwing me off.
Day 17, right, you expect to miss the Horseman 15 left.
I can hear myself in the background. That's always a plus. I always know Peter's in here, just chilling. I'll send to Center XL 878. It's leaving 240.
Unit 847, could visit the Horseman 15. XL 878, roger.
All right, Homeland's 133.4. Things are going to get real busy here in just a couple of minutes. 33.4. After Homeland, we're going to want Seal Beach, 115.7. Going to need that one in my secondary here. So we do not have Homeland picked up yet. That's okay. We'll get it here shortly. The altimeter is going to be 88. The concept of a sous vide sounds interesting, but I don't know. We'll see. William does... I don't know what that means. Iced. William does that sometimes. You guys are talking about... I already ate dinner. You guys are talking about food, and you're making me hungry. Like, that's not cool. We're going to get Paradise for a moment, aren't we? 112.2. Damn! 31 miles off of Hector. We make the transition over to Homeland, or to Paradise, I should say. That'll start taking us in towards Donna. Or continue taking us in towards Donna. I'm just speaking gibberish at this point. I'm not even sure what I'm saying anymore. The Angry Californian! Welcome aboard. The Angry Californian is angry because there's no water. Sorry, dude. Part of California, and I heard there was an earthquake in San Francisco. All the video game people I follow up in San Francisco were tweeting about the earthquake. Arduino temp probe relay for power switching. Of course, Stan. You would say that.
Unit 347, contact Burbank Tower.
Over to Boulevard Argentina 777.
I speak gibberish tuning. All right, Goose Milk. Thanks, buddy.
Urban Tower,
Orange County. Oh yeah, no, you wouldn't have any clue up there.
approach, runway
I think
15.
it hit like San Jose and whatnot.
Entry for December, break down my 1-5 clear land.
15 clear to land at Yachty 37.
There's Big Bear Lake, Big Bear Airport. Super fun airport to fly into. High altitude, always interesting. I bet the weather is pretty rotten there right now, or pretty hot. It's 25 Celsius, yeah, but it's still going to be super high density altitude.
Santa Barbara West Wing 817 has the airport.
Plenty of water, literally up to our knees.
870, you're cleared visual approach, runway 15 left.
Cleared visual 15 left and West Wing 817.
Bad Mage, good to see you, man. Bad Mage has got awesome hair. Met him at FlyJSim Con. It's a qualified cook. Stay away from the cooking chat. I don't know anything about cooking. Just throw food in a pot at random intervals and it gets tasty. Nice, Casaurus. Mets! Good to see you, man. 106 on the ramp yesterday in Burbank was being burned alive out there. Dude, that sucks. That really sucks. Actually, my first leg, the first flight we flew was out of Burbank, and I noted it was quite balmy. 2.2 and drop you back.
128 Sierra.
10 more
So
miles till we
first
make a
cancel
turn.
altitude
Turn's going to be to
601
173. 73 to Homeland. Homeland's 113.4. Actually, let's do this. 210. And once we get a little bit closer here, we'll go to heading mode and then make the turn to Homeland. Coming up on 13,000 though, that's good. Take another peek over here towards Big Bear. Alright, let's go to heading mode briefly. Tune into Homeland, 113.4, right there. And it's going to be the 173 for the course. In addition to Homeland, we're going to want to also tune into Seal Beach, 115.7. Boom. Seal Beach, we're going to get some guidance off that. And that's going to help us actually identify the Homeland VOR. Go to VOR mode. Plane's going to start turning left here in a moment. Keep our speed up. Hey, Disgraced. Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. I'm not sure if you came here earlier, Disgraced, but I remember seeing you.
135.4.
135.4, XL878. 4. Let's see here. John Wayne, 190 at 10, 10 mile visibility, few clouds, 15,000, 26 Celsius, 2987 on the altimeter. Wait till this choppiness goes and passes.
West 817, contact Santa Barbara Tower, g'day.
SoCal approach Excel 878, 13,000 with the John Wayne weather. He's going to give me a crossing restriction at KO. He's also going to give me a speed restriction. If he heard me.
So 78 Cloud Road 2 second.
Affirmative. Excel 878, 13,000 with John Wayne weather.
So 78 Mr. Addons stepped on by another aircraft. So descend past west and maintain 11,000.
11,000 my discretion, Excel 878. Okay, we're not going to get a crossing restriction.
Air control 11, roger.
Go ahead and head down now. Ah, awesome, Disgraced. Yeah, dude's good to be back. Uberbot, good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. Yeah, Northeast getting hit. Dude, it's stupidly hot today. My wife was outside all day working on the yard, and I felt terrible for her. Because I sat here in the air conditioner and worked. It's so hot I use my PC as an air conditioner. That's terrible. Play Witcher 3, cook the steak. You can also have you could also make yourself your own personal sauna. So we're gonna keep an eye on this needle as this needle approaches 255. 255 is going to be pointing, will be when we're overflying the Homeland VOR. So about 250, we're going to start the turn to 257. So 257. And then we're also going to start bringing our speed back here pretty soon. But no speed back just yet. For we are going fast. You guys are talking about food. I want ice cream, which means I want to land sooner. Got a flight of 3. Weekend, Sunday, Monday. Very unproductive day. Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, I wouldn't have gotten shit done outside today. I was good to get my yard work done earlier or over the weekend. All right, what are we looking at here? 2-4, another 10 degrees. We'll start to make our turn. Yeah, I don't have any cookie dough ice cream. I had some mint chocolate chip that my wife bought me. I've also got some chocolate peanut butter custard that's quite tasty as well. $245.
American 11, contact Los Santos Center 125.65.
And just about there.
American 12, Los Angeles Center, cross direct CN, maintain 12,000,
Alright, make the turn.
altimeter 29901.
Set the course to 257. We basically want to turn into that course. Now, 23 miles from Seal Beach, which we don't have just yet, but 23 miles from Seal Beach, we need to be at 210 knots, according to the charts. So we will plan for that. Should see some movement on that needle here very soon. Eventually. That's all we're waiting on. This is the really awkward place where it's just like, I hope that I did it right. No? Nothing? So I gotta wait just a little bit longer next time I make that turn. There it goes. Alright, VOR. Okay, 38 DME, so we have 15 miles, we need to be 210 knots. I expect some descent instructions too. Usually they're 8,000 at KO. 8,000 or less at KO. Okay. 115.7 ready to go here. What again? Under 0.87. See altimeter there. We get one more frequency change. I think it's like 127.02 coming up next. What I think the FlyJSim, you think of the FlyJSim A330 person and P3D user. I think it looks decent, but I've been told otherwise. The A330. There's a couple of A330s. There's one that's put out by RW Designs, and there's one that's put out by JAR Designs, or JAR. JAR Designs, JAR Designs, something like that. The JAR Designs aircraft, I do have that A330. It's an A330-200. 5x5.
Okay, no one else is responding to me for some reason. Descend and maintain 8,000, then reduce speed to 190 knots.
Down to 8,000, then reduced to 190 XL878.
American 211, Los Angeles Center, how do you read?
Get ourselves to 250 knots. We'll start the descent. Let's get those reverser or those speed brakes out. Hear that rumble. Another feature that was added. So yeah, I've flown the. I spent a lot of time in the JAR A330. I have a video on YouTube where I kind of went through it, but I did it here on stream. So it's here on Twitch. It's also on YouTube. It looked at the pre-beta versions of that aircraft, and I was
78 contact SoCal approach 127.2.
127.2 XL 878. I was super pleased with that aircraft. It had a few rough edges that were eventually kinked out. One of which was the way the FMC worked. So I do recommend that one. As far as the RW designs go, I think that it's still a little rough around the edges. I think that it still needs some work. I think that I need to switch frequencies here. SoCal approach XL 878, 8,000 or 8,700 for 8,000 with the John Wayne weather.
578 SoCal approach, back to Vissel approach runway 20 right. Fly heading 340, descend and maintain 4,000 vectors to the airport.
Visual 2, expected visual for 24 right, 340 down to 4,000, vectors visual XL 878.
578 runway 20 right.
20 right, yes, XL 878. Alright, 340, heading mode there. And down to 4,000. We'll go off on you, crossing 8,000, 190 knots. John Wayne Airport's notable because you always have to pull the freaking speed brake out. And now I'm behind the aircraft. I am officially behind the aircraft. 11, so I'm tuning into the John Wayne localizer, 111.75, and a course of 196. This is going to help guide me in. So as we're descending and we're slowing down. We want to get down to 190 knots. We want to get down to 4,000 feet. And then we also want to start looking for the airfield, which we do not have. Field should be basically behind us a little bit, like right over here. Go 2 notches on the flaps.
78, turn left heading 200.
Left 200 XL 878. Alright, 200. Now we're gonna get tower up and running, ready to go. Tower's gonna be 20 right 126.8. Desperately getting myself ahead of this aircraft. Trying at least. 26.8. Okay, landing VREF is going to be flaps 30. VREF will be 124. We'll plan for a approach speed of around 135, 140 knots. 135 knots, what we'll shoot for. No. And now we're going to start looking for the airfield. Go flaps 5. Lights. Ignition can come on now. Basically just going to get myself ready for landing here. Ah, there it is. SoCal approach XL 878 has the field.
So 78, SoCal approach cleared. Visual approach runway 20 right.
Visual approach 20 right XL 878. A little bit above the glide slope, so we'll go ahead and
Delta 20, I think you were checking in. SoCal request Los Angeles approach radar contact.
Somebody needs to explain to me what the instrument comparator does, because I do not know. Maybe it's telling me that I'm off the glide slope.
Yeah, 350. SoCal departure radar contact. Climb and maintain 13,000.
Put the speed brakes in, we'll go and arm them. There's the glide slope. Gas her up a bit. The worst part about having this trim wheel making noise is you guys can hear how bad I am at trimming the aircraft. After spending hours with EasyDock, gave up and went back to X-Plane. Good call. Good call. Just saying. 15. Gear can come down. I'll go at flaps 30. 3 green on the gear. Whoa! Good old X-Plane weather. At its finest right there.
KLA-78 contact Drawing Tower 126.8, good day.
126.8, XLA-78, take care. 6.8.
American 2.
Alright. Now we're under the glide slope. John Wayne Tower, XL878, visual 20 right, 6 out.
XL878, John Wayne Tower, wind 18010, runway 20 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 20 right, XL878. Take the 752, let's say your altimeter's... Oh, okay, I see. So it's literally comparing the instruments on both sides of the aircraft. Yeah, no kidding. Good old X-Plane weather. It's just like, hey, there's a puff of cloud there. Oh, hey, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and make it white for you. I hope you didn't like seeing the airport. Anyway, speed's coming back. Get ourselves stabilized here. Flaps are down. 30. Gears down. 3 green. Runway appears to be clear. We have clearance. Auto brakes on. Speed brakes armed. Let's land. Continue bleeding off speed. There, 65 or so percent N1, 1% nose up. Now we're a little high. Yeah, if I hadn't had the ILS, I might have actually considered declaring a go around there. But I had the ILS up, so I was above the glide slope, so I was pretty comfortable with my position. D-cell, reversers out, speed brakes out. 80 knots, bring those back.
Cross runway 34 left, that's approved.
Speed brake can come off.
Roger on 34 left. I'm gonna cross 34 left onto the southwest side of the.
Roger.
What are we at? Lima?
So 878, exit left to enable, taxi to terminal via Alpha, monitor ground 120.8. Have a great evening.
Terminal via Alpha, and we'll monitor ground. Excel 878. Take it easy.
You too.
Oh! Yeah, I had to know that was going to happen. I was telling myself not to turn too much. Oh, shit. Alright. Those go in. Flaps can go up. Get the airplane cleaned up here. I don't know what the procedure is. I mean, realistically, what just happened to us would never actually happen in the real world. If you can see the airport, you can see the airport. We had a little puff of cloud that we went through in X-Plane. Like this, I think they fixed it in 1040, but this version of X-Plane gives you a whiteout condition when you fly through a cloud, no matter how much or how bad, how good or how bad it is. Take the end parking spot here. I'm not sure exactly where to go. We're gonna go ahead and leave the plane turned on though as we pull in. So I want to go watch the replay. My John Wayne's got some scenery issues. One of these days I'll get that fixed. Till then it's gonna be like rave time. Auto brake, our auto gate's not working. Alright. Pull that sucker. We gated at 2038. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John Wayne Airport. Local time is 5:38 p.m. That flight was relatively uneventful. Leave PilotEdge, go to replay mode. Let's see how that turned out. I think it was going to be pretty good. All things considered. No. I think we did okay on that. Holy crap, dude. 78 people. You guys are amazing tonight. This has been pretty awesome. Technical issues aside, it's been a fun stream. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. Sideload the gear, fired. That happens. Believe me, it's better than my normal landing, okay? Let me have my moment, damn it. One more. My favorite view right here. The floating cockpit really makes it. The sounds don't come out in the replay though. That's unfortunate. Well, folks, let's come back here. I gotta play the APU turn off sound. So let's turn the aircraft off. Oops, those are supposed to come on. All right, here we go. APU's coming off. Dream engine, config. One last call for alcohol. Oh. With that, ladies and gentlemen,